Look, I opened this jar of rotten baby food, and well, a butterfly came out.
Well, I don't think we would appreciate some aliens jokes, right? From the Mars, because we just don't know what the climate is there. Maybe there is a green or violet clouds, right? But if
Mm-hmm.
we are saying that's a green clouds, here it could say, okay, green clouds, you are kind of a crazy, how can be? But for them, it's normal, right?
Welcome to the Comedians in Elevators podcast. I've got my guest, Yunona Taranova. Yunona, say hi, introduce yourself, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, hey, well, as my name is Yunona Taranova, and my name is my fate because not many people can pronounce it right away. You know, nah.
Well, it rhymes with supernova, right?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, you could say that, but less destructive, let's say.
Okay. Listen, to my regular listeners, I know you don't like when at the beginning of these conversations I ask you to subscribe. None of us like it. I don't like saying it. I don't like it being in here. But it's frustrating. You know what else is frustrating? It's also frustrating when I look in the back end of the YouTube channel and I see that 56% of you that watch frequently haven't yet subscribed. And I know this because I see it in the comments section. You say things like, I didn't know I didn't subscribe. And that's actually what fuels the show. Basically, it's like you're making a donation to the show. So that's why I ask all the time, because it enables us to build and build and build. And we're going for the long term here. Hit the subscribe button and we'll continue to build this show for you. That's my promise. Thank you to all you guys that do subscribe. It means the world to me. All right. Well, let's make it happen. So, the whole point of the podcast, right? So the whole point of the podcast is to compare and contrast the comic versus the comedian. So, Yunona, would you agree that you start as a comic and evolve into a comedian?
Well, it depends uh, what meaning you put in this word. If the comic is a person who is writing for comedians, I am comic forever because I'm not that, I don't think I'm that good for a comedian. I'll tell you one story. It's a really nice story about how I was telling a joke in a company. I was still a teenager, and that time I wanted to impress my older sister friends with some cool joke. And when I started, I was very happy. Everyone was smiling and ready to start laughing. It was like 30 seconds was great. Then 1 minute was still good. When it went longer and longer, I just realized that I don't remember a punchline.
Ah, so the joke was more than 1 minute long to get to the punchline?
Well, it was long because I tried to remember what's going on. I just
Right.
forgot because I was so excited. I forgot how should I finish and what
Yeah.
people's kind of faces were smiling already, kind of ready to explore. And then I see that there is no way me to remember it. So I said, that's a very nice job, but I don't know how it finishes.
Oh,
And that got me all laughs and applause. That was like a Homeric laugh. Nobody could stop. So half of the people were kind of lying on the floor because they were so desperate to laugh, right? So,
wow.
despite all my failure, it was actually a success because I got what I wanted. They
Yeah.
laughed.
Well, it sounds like a perfect situation, a perfect storm, really, right? They wanted to laugh, and you even made it happen when the joke wasn't there, right? So that is definitely a success. All right, so let's start with the first question, shall we? So,
Yes, sure.
all right, so it's about the role of persona in comedy. So, how much of the comedian's voice is a character versus their real self?
Well, it's a very interesting question. As a writer, I'm obviously giving the word and the presence to the comedian who will do it, right? Who will tell the word and everything. But probably people will not remember anything if that persona, if the comedian will not have his or her own personality, like a bright personality, remembered personality, right? So no one word will be delivered without the charisma of someone who tells this word, right? So I think there is no way to separate these two things. The word has to deliver something, has to have a meaning, and has to have our potence to go through. But it's like, like a gun and a bullet. The word is a bullet. The comedian is the gun, right?
I'll go with that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
All right. So how about punching up versus punching down? So where do comics versus comedians stand on this? Well, let me put it in some historical context. Did a jealous medieval prince become the first comedian by killing the court jester?
Well, punching up and punching down on the round earth, tell me where is up and where is down.
Well, you got a point there. I guess it would be punching yourself in the center of your own existence is one option. So
Exactly.
I guess we'll punt on that one. So would you say that the audience agreement with the comedian is a form of permission or alignment?
Well, everything depends on the situation. We have to know our audiences, right?
Okay.
What they expect from us. If the audience expanding punching up and only punching up, then they will accept you with what you do, and they will not accept you punching down. If the audience expecting some kind of punching down, then punch up doesn't work, right? That's why I'm saying we're in that world that is round. We need to know in which position we are, and the audience is interesting thing that's fine. That comedian find his or her audience as audience finding their own comedians, right? For example, the latest episode with Jimmy Kimmel, right? Was he punching up or he was punching down?
Well, yeah, that's a tough one. I think it was just, I don't know. I think it was punching himself a little bit, honestly.
Well, he was doing something that he was expecting his audience, audience will laugh, but he kind of passed some red line on it, right?
Yeah,
which
he definitely.
is, when it's coming to the death of someone, and you are starting to dance over that topic, like you say, killing the jester.
Right.
That's when jester kills himself, right? Well, it didn't happen for a long time, but at least for a little bit. If his characters that he was so much kind of profound about were what he drove them, right? It would be forever, but it's not. It's not. Luckily, he's back, right?
That
So
does make sense. So,
he was just in the emergency room after his own
I guess
punching right, punching.
So Jimmy Kimmel made it.
Of himself.
Yeah, he made it back. He's back, I guess. So
He's back, right.
Right. So cultural translation of comedy. So how do jokes that work in one country bomb in another?
Well, it's the same thing like with the let's say, like with the dining, right? Someone who's you give something that you love, that you brought from the Eastern Europe, right? And you think everyone will love it. And they say, it's too sweet. I don't eat meat with the sugar, right? That's too salty, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. You there is always some contest in the jokes, but if you are not insider, right, it will not really get through, right? Because you're seeing like a alien, right? I don't think we would appreciate some aliens jokes, right, from the Mars, because we just don't know what the climate is there. Maybe there is a green or violet clouds, right? But if
Mm-hmm.
we are saying that's a green clouds here, it could say, okay, green clouds, you are kind of a crazy. How can be? But for them, it's normal, right? And they cannot joke if you tell them that's a green cloud. They say, okay, what's
Yeah,
funny in it?
no, you got a point. Definitely, for in a whole other scenario where we don't know what what's up and what's down, right? How do you punch up or even make
Yeah.
associate it all? So let's put it in this context. So is truth the meaning of facts?
Um, the facts, you know, the truth is in facts, but the facts could be interpreted, right? The truth is, uh, it's the most important in any genre. It's important not only for comedy or for drama or for any art genre. The truth, it's only one thing we have to embrace in life, right? But
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, it's something that's least desirable for many people because people are learning to believe in what is convenient to believe, right?
Yeah.
And that's why it's a big field for comedians and for comics and for the genre because we could compare people's conveniences and something convenient for someone for one person is absolutely kind of bizarre for another, right?
Mm-hmm.
i
So
think
very
that
uh-huh.
I think that Charlie Chaplin in his time, he nailed it. He could deliver the truth through the absolutely bizarre situations, through the because you could see through his really silly tricks and everything. You could see his own uh, appreciation of the real person, of real feelings, of real um, what what the person goes through, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it was not just silly. It was not just funny. It was something that you could see the truth through the all this masquerade, right?
I'll go with that one. I will go with that one. So, very important question: advertising and self promotion. Who advertises themselves more, the comic, the comedian, or the magician? You know that place where you're not conscious and you're not sleeping either? That's your power bill to the electric company. Right here. I want us to be here with free energy, where the Wardenclyffe Tower meets the Eiffel Tower. But that's not where we are. We are here, where you've got the utility and you've got residential solar. Between these two, we know which one saves you money. This is where we can go in the meantime. But this is where I want us to be now, and this can be done now. So let me deputize you to represent DOSE, Department of Solar Efficiency, and let's get on the podcast and get the message out today. See you soon.
What do you mean by advertising? If it's just a straightforward advertising, it's a matter for the marketing agents and for producers and for someone who is behind you. But if it is promoting your point of view. If it is for, I would not call it advertising, but I would say it's more like, how to say the right word for that? It's kind of finding the connection and opening yourself to the world, right? So people will know and or love or hate you, but God forbid to be indifferent, right? Because if that's indifference, then it's the end of your career as a comedian or as comic or anything, right? So anything, no, please, no indifference, right? You can hate me as much as you want, but please see me, please talk to me about me, right? Or something, right? About my ideas, right?
Right.
Obviously,
Absolutely.
comic will express his or her ideas and trying to deliver, right? Comedian, more, that's a kind of, yes, some comedians, they prefer to kind of focus on themselves, and they're very successful very often in this. And lesser people who are really want to promote the idea, or they wanted to deliver the message, right? But it's getting, like I said at the beginning, it's all getting in one package. So no problem with it.
So, okay. So who survives better in a cancel culture environment? The comic, the comedian, the magician, or the mudslinger?
Yeah. Well, the mudslingers are always, it's the easiest way to survive. Yeah.
That's
Because
I
they
like
don't
it.
have to work. They don't have to express themselves in any original ways. They are kind of judges, right? It's a judgmental role, and you don't have to put much of effort to it. One uh, uh, comic has to not to sleep like so many nights to deliver something original, or to make it so short, to make it so condensed, right? And a comedian has to work out that his or her image will be memorable, right? And everything. I'm not saying it doesn't need to do anything, but there is also, you mentioned a magician, right? That's quite a role, magician. Because in every comic and in every comedian lives magician, lives a magician. And when magician starts to perform, then a comic and comedian become kind of timeless.
I like it. I like it.
Become timeless.
Well, speaking of timeless, Yunona, are you ready to enter the multiverse?
Well, we're all living in multiverse, even we don't know about it. So let's try. Let's see what you mean by that.
All right, here we go. So, board game Zoomcast, play versus performance. So, if comedy were a board game Zoomcast, are you competing as the colorist, adding tone, mood, and shading, or the Foley artist, building punchlines with soundscapes and timing?
Well, I'd say that probably on the first place, I would categorize myself for creating the timelines, punchlines, and everything, because I am a writer, right? That's my job to do that, right?
Okay.
But without coloring, nothing will happen again, because without brightening it with your imagination, with the um, all that people love, right? All that sparkle around, it will not just be heard, seen, it cannot move ahead, right? Doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how perfectly you constructed your kind of sentences and your scenes or anything else. Cannot go through without that a little bit of sparkle and magic, right? I think that's where the magician has to start making his or her job, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So it sounds like you would be the colorist, right?
I would be also the colorist, but after, like a body has a skeleton, right? And it has
Mm-hmm.
anything else around, right? When
Right.
we don't have our pretty, like a beautiful skin on and a pretty smile on that, I think that inside could could be kind of scary, right?
Yeah, we could just be a blob,
So
and you're like, you got good
yeah,
color, but you have no structure. No, I
exactly.
100%.
So it's like
We're
a
assuming we're
body and
assuming the
spirit,
structure is
and
there. Right.
cannot live with one cannot live without other, right?
I agree wholeheartely. So, does comedy work better when it's painted vividly or when it's orchestrated sonically?
Depends again. It depends on the situation, right? It
Yeah.
depends on which goal you wanted to and which audience you're working for, right?
Hmm.
Someone will go to listen the symphony by Mahler, right? And someone will go and listen, I don't know, Madonna or someone else, right?
Hmm.
And if you wanted to put the audience of Madonna to listen to the Mahler symphony, they will kill you, right?
Well,
And
hopefully
vice
not, but
versa,
I could
right?
see it not going well.
Well, if you are running fast, maybe not,
Yeah,
right? So,
absolutely.
so it depends. Uh, what uh, what is your kind of destination with what you
Okay.
do, right? Again,
Absolutely.
different people working for different audiences, and it doesn't mean that one is better than other. I just want to say that just something that you are doing has to get to the people who will appreciate it, right?
Absolutely. Okay, so here on the Comedians and Elevators podcast, we've got a tradition where the previous guest asks a question for the next guest. And the previous guest was Nicholas Joseph Mackey, and his question for you, Yunona, is what's your favorite part about making someone laugh?
Wow, that's a beautiful question. I will check his interview. I didn't see that his podcast
Well, it hasn't come
because it's
out
a
yet, so
beautiful question, really.
yeah.
Well, the answer is very simple.
Hmm.
When you see someone accepts your joke, it means you find like-minded person, right? And when you find like-minded people who are not many in this world or many, it makes you happy, right?
Yeah,
Someone who shares your ideas, who shares your universe, right? And why it's sharing, and it's a kind of it's a part of our uh, love to the world, right?
it is.
And
It
when
is.
you feel connected, sure, it's a connectedness, right? That makes it. And obviously, if someone feel smiles, loves, they say, I don't know if that little secret. 5 minutes of every laugh adds 5 minutes of to someone's life, right? That means nobody could prove that statement, right? But we we all want to believe it.
I hope that turns out to be part of reality. So, last question, Yunona. So, legacy. Who gets remembered? Will the comics Tight Five survive time, or will the comedian's cultural point of view be more timeless?
Well, let's see Shakespeare. He was part tragedy, part comedy, right? So he survived the big time, right? With his comedy, we could say that's a long run, long run. We're still watching it, right?
So
And
was Shakespeare
but
one person or a group?
comedian. He was a comic writing his comedies, right? When he was writing his comedies, he was a comic, right?
Well, was Shakespeare one person or a collective?
Um, Even if he was a one person, each person is kind of a collective when time passes by.
That's good.
We cannot now, it's a big mystery, historical mystery, but every person who's passed that, all that, obstacles, all that opened all the doors to the, eternity, he or she is already not, they're not one person, they're collective.
I would agree with you on that. It's especially at that point you've ascended, right? So you're in the other world. So Yunona, where can everybody find you online?
Well, you can just key my name, Yunona Taranova, and you could open my YouTube channel where I have some experiments, and I'm kind of developing my channel with my music. It's called I and I and I and I, Yunona Taranova. Flying Pug Publishing. I have my Flying Pug Publishing, and you could find me Flying Pug Publishing on Instagram, on Facebook, and yeah, I will be happy to see everyone who is interested.
Absolutely, absolutely.
To
You
share
send me
my things, yeah.
Absolutely, that's the plan. So send me those links, and I'll put them in the description, and hopefully everyone will have a chance to click on it to navigate to where
With
you
my
are.
pleasure. With my pleasure. Thank you. And yeah.
All right. Well, Yunona, thank you so much for being my guest. And for everyone, please like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.
All the best to you. Good luck. Take care. So, yeah.
So
what is
are you
interesting about my persona, my
Yes.
personal persona, is
Okay.
that I never met anyone with same name.
Oh, that's see, and
So
I'm the same
feeling
way.
kind of lonely in this world.
Oh.
So if
Well,
someone with the same names will say me hi, I will be happy.
that'd be. There's no Keenan Kissingers out there, as far as I know. So sometimes being unique is a good thing. So Yunona, are you ready to get into it?
So yes, and about what am I doing in life?
Yeah.
I'm a musician. I'm playing and composing music.
Okay.
I am a storyteller. I have some published books for kids, and living half time in this world and half time in my fantasy imaginary world, which is full with the flying pigs and flying pugs.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, and also I am a screenwriter, emerging screenwriter. I graduated from Toronto Film School, and I hope I will see my dreams on screen.